Soon the mane will be tamed. Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. So we still can't hear out of our left ear for shiz, but I do feel much better today. No headache, no earache. I can't hear out of it, but it doesn't hurt. So I'd say that's a plus. We woke up pretty energized this morning, so that's also a plus. So I guess let's go knock out this run, or go battle our Atlanta traffic. Go knock out our run, then go get better today than we were yesterday, folks. I'm gonna try my best to get back here in enough time to get a little work done on Old Blue. Hopefully we can do that. Maybe not, maybe so. I have no idea. Goodness gracious, that ride made me quite sleepy, but luckily we got to run before we go get better today than we were yesterday, so we can get some blood flowing, get that dopamine rush, get them endorphins flowing, so that we are ready to go get better today than we were yesterday. So let's go get this run started, folks. Run complete. And goodness gracious, folks, did we push ourselves today? That was a hard one, a real hard one. We did like some tempo runs, so we would jog as long as we possibly could, as hard as we possibly could. Then we'd sprint, and then we would get back to that pace, and then we'd sprint, and we'd get back to that pace, and we'd find another road spot in the road, and then we'd sprint, and then we'd get back to that pace. That was a really nice warm-up, a really, really, really nice warm-up. So I guess we're ready to go get better today than we were yesterday, folks. Well, shoot, folks, we did not leave in enough time to get home and enough time to work on the Mustang before we have to go get the kids better today than they were yesterday. But maybe we left it enough time to get our haircut. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see when we get back into town. Sorry, I was feeling good today, guys. I was feeling good. The rolls were just rolling, you know what I mean? So then someone wanted to drill after, so we stayed another 30 minutes to drill, and one thing led to another, and then we were out of time. So I guess let's head to the other side of town, or the other side of the state, not town, other side of the state. See if we have enough time to get our haircut. If we do, get our haircut. If not, then I guess we'll just hang out a little bit until we gotta go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Well, we have made it to the barber, and it looks like I got here at perfect flipping timing, because he is just outside looking off into the woods. So let me give him something to look at the back of my head while he cuts this joker up. Soon the mane will be tamed. Well, we got done in enough time to hopefully get back home in enough time to chillax for a bit before we got to get back up to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. And let me tell you, folks, it feels mighty nice to get that haircut. You have no idea. Like, that was it's like a stress reliever almost. Head feels so good. Don't feel like I have a extra 3 pounds of weight on my head. That was nice. It was real nice. Except for him wanting to tell me about all of his little sneaky links. Goodness gracious, he has me dying, like literally rolling. But let's get home, folks. And we are home, folks. Let's get inside, kick our feet up for about 30 minutes, and then head back out the door to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. Well, folks, that was a my divine nap. Now it is time to go get these kids better today than they were yesterday. On Monday, we worked on front heads, what a front head is, how you break down your opponent in the front head. Now, I think it's only right to add the go behind in there and start, I guess, puzzling all these pieces together. Well, we got us some front row parking, so that's a first. Let's get in here and get these kids better today than they were yesterday, folks. All right, we have gotten the mats all put up. Let's get our butts out of here. Kids class was phenomenal today. I think we're finally starting to get these kids to harness in on the potential, focus in a little bit. Like I said on Monday, they were asking all the right questions, and they did the same thing today. So definitely makes me feel good. Definitely makes me feel good. Can't wait to see these kids compete, because they are definitely getting better every day than they were the day before. So let's get our butts home, shower up, and change up, eat a little bit of grub, and then go get our Jesus on, folks. Well, folks, we have made it home, and on the way home, JB was just telling me about what the parents were saying, what she was talking about with the parents, what she was talking about with the kids, and everything like that. And, you know, it just warms my heart. Nothing warms my heart more than to be able to give jiu-jitsu to kids who otherwise would not be able to do jiu-jitsu, or would have never been introduced to jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like, we did it donations based only because we know that gym fees can be expensive. We know that monthly fees are not always suitable if you have multiple kids. But to come in, and if you have a few dollars to throw it into the bucket or to send through the Cash App, and to be able to learn some jiu-jitsu, it brings in a different crowd of people who wouldn't otherwise be able to do jiu-jitsu. And then to hear that, okay, so we had a sibling on the side today, one of the smaller siblings. He's just right under the age to where I would really he's like right on the verge of being able to do class, but not able to do class. So we're giving him a few more months before he starts class. Let his brothers all get a little bit ahead of him so that they can help him out along the process. And JB goes, "Are you going to do this when you get older?" And his smile went so big, and he starts jumping up and down. "Yeah, of course I am." And like, how do you not smile? How does your heart not get warmed up when kids are becoming that passionate about something that you love so much? Like, goodness gracious, folks. And, you know, folks have told me that I might be a little crazy for doing it, but I just believe that, like, churches stay open with donations. Other places stay open with donations. Shelters stay open with donations. Why can't a kids' jiu-jitsu program stay open with donations, you know? So, I mean, it's 2 times a week. Maybe one day we'll do 3 times. Maybe one day we'll do 4. But as of right now, it's only 2 days a week. Why can't I just go in there and teach them a little bit of jiu-jitsu knowledge, and hopefully one day they become world champions, all because of some goofball who wanted to just give back to the community. You know what I mean, folks? So, I know there was someone out there one day who was like, you're better than what you're giving out, you know? Whether it was in wrestling, whether it was in jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, there was someone out there who believed in me. So I want other kids to have that, you know? Have that dream, have something to work towards. So to hear what the kids and the parents are saying, how their kids are absolutely loving it. Some of them are even quitting their primary sports to take up jiu-jitsu more often so that they have more time to recover. They can study a little bit more. They can possibly convince me to do another class. So, I don't have anything wrong with that. It warms my heart, folks. It really does. But let's get inside, let's clean up, and let's get ready for some Jesus time. Well, we got out of here in enough time to get to church on time, but we didn't get here in enough time to put some food in our bellies. So, I'm quite hungry. But it is what it is. Let's go get our Jesus on. Well, we have made it to church to get our Jesus on. So I guess let's run in here and learn a little bit about our Lord and Savior, folks. Well, folks, church went great. We were speaking on, like, I guess, how the devil, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, tries to, I guess, measle his way, or has tried to measle his way in the past, and now does now, into God's plans. In the past, it was mating with humans, hence the Nephilim and the Giants and all that stuff, you know. Now, he tries to get to your heart, to your mind. He gets a little bit deeper. He couldn't win via, I guess, impregnating humans, because every time he would make some crazy offspring, they would get wiped out. So instead, he chose to reach for the hearts and minds of humans. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible because it was in Deuteronomy is where we were speaking out of today. And if you know anything about the Bible, that stuff it'll make your brain loop around in a circle. Ultimately, what we were getting at for the whole entire day was make sure your heart and mind knows Jesus Christ. How do you know if your heart and mind really knows Jesus Christ? Well, because he's a transformative God. The only way to know is look at your life before you met Christ and look at your life after. Is there a major transformation? Okay. Is it for the positive? Okay. Are you bringing his people closer to, are you bringing other people closer to him into his kingdom? Okay. Well, then you got God in your heart. You got Jesus in your heart and mind. I mean, of course, that's an internal conversation that you need to have with yourself and God. But are you walking the same way that Christ would want to, that Christ would walk, honestly? Of course, you're never going to walk perfectly like him. That's why he was sent, because if he wasn't sent, then we would all honestly probably perish in hell. I mean, look at the Old Testament. Just think about it. How many times did the people in the Old Testament screw up? A whole bunch. How many opportunities were they given? A whole bunch. So, I guess to get the upper hand, God was like, you know what? You're gonna try to mess with my people's hearts and minds. Then I'll send someone else. He'll transform them. Who will change their hearts and minds or protect their hearts and minds from you. I guess it's a good way of looking at it. I tried to make a bunch of little analogies out of it, reword it in how my brain took it in. That's the best way to explain it. Lucifer's going to do everything he can to try to win this, I guess, great war, great battle. The only way to stop him is by making sure your heart and mind is fixed on the one true king. But let's go find some grub, folks. So we planned poorly for the week, and we only have meals for 2 more nights. So JB works tomorrow night and Friday night. So we figured, why not get a pizza? It's the last time I'll be able to eat pizza until after the fight. So let's walk in here and grab this pizza, folks. Alrighty, pizza secured. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite fast food pizza is. Well, we have made it home, folks, and JB wanted to play some Fortnite last night, and I told her no because, well, I had a major freaking migraine. So hopefully she still wants to play Fortnite tonight, and we can go catch some dubs. But first, we need to grub down on this pizza. I want to say Domino's is my favorite. It was just the one with the best deals tonight, so that's what we chose. That's how we choose what fast food pizza we're gonna eat that night. I like Papa John's. I like Marco's. I like Domino's. Pizza Hut's okay every now and then. So to decide, we just figure out which one's cheapest and which one's closest. That's how we decide. But which one's your favorite? Let's get inside, grub down on this pizza, and then get on some Fort, folks. Hope to see y'all there. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat loves you.